starting with T5 in both and ending with F. Okay, that is from CSV to XML, XML to CSV. No. Now we are gonna do one exercise using Excel. So for Excel, I will open. We said that we are no longer creating new ones, but Eurostat is maintaining those ones. So this would be a specific one that was created with macros and can be converted. So you have the parameters here. We mentioned that the parameters could be in a different file or could be embedded or part of the input file, as this is the case. I guess like this one. So what I'm gonna do is browse Excel. Okay, now I'm gonna convert to XML. Yeah, output one XML. Very important, remember, we need to make sure that the input format is being rightly identified by this Excel, but the output format is not CSV. We want to be SDMX ML. So in this case, we can, well, I think we did generic before. Well, not the correct DST, which is here. The parameter file is already inserted, so we don't have to include it because it's part of the input file. We don't need this. Sorry, of course we did, because we are converting into an XML file. So, and we have seen that for XML files, we need to have the XML SDMX header. This is what, since it's CSV, we don't need it. So you see that we cannot change it. And the mapping principle, we are going to respect what is written. Let's take a look and see. Completed successfully. We go output. And how do we know? Well, if we are not acquainted with the Excel file that we are trying to convert, it might be difficult. But let's just do simple verification. So we have frequency, Q, adjustment, reference area. Let's look up unit multiplier. Unit multiplier. So it's 6. Oops. We see that it's unit multiplier 6. So a way to verify. Here we see unit multiplier is described in H8. So we go to 8, H here, and it's 6. So we can take another one to make sure that it did it well. But from the validation set, it was fine. So we want to double check that. That's up there. Well, let's take a look at the file. Sorry. Oops. Table identified T01. Okay. Table identified. Should be here. Well, it's here. table identified T0101, and we see that in the converted table identifier is that one, T0101. So yeah, we can say that the conversion was fine, and we have converted from Excel to SDMX ML compact. Okay, the last conversion we're going to do today. We said that we have the we can write a script, and I will put it back here. Script. This is more or less what we have to have in mind. So we need to identify in our script where the converter is. Then we can use some of the options that are here, depending on the conversion that we are doing. But we always need is the input file, input format, and output format. Those are the 4 items that are described in the very first part of the user interface. So input file, input format, output format. Okay, so I have one script that I have prepared, which is here. I have well, first I'm going to open the script. The first thing you see is the converter path, where it's located. So this is the path to find. So if we want to access the converter path, we need to go here. With I need the mouse, but yeah, it's here, which is nowhere else than here. Here. It's basically, if we can, so you see the path is here, and this is the path that I have described in my script. Yeah, so then I need a DSD. Which is also the path where the DSD is located. I think I might have closed it. Yeah, I did. So this is the path to access all the components that I'm going to use in my script, as well as the script itself, which is this, as you see, this is the DSD I'm using in my script, which it would be exactly the same if I'm using the user interface as we have seen. The header file, because I'm converting from a CSV into XML, so we need the header, the XML header. And we need the mapping. Remember, we are taking exactly the same exercise as the first one, when the mapping was needed, because the way that is listed in the DSD refers to that is available in the input table or file. And that's it. So if you want to, so I don't know if you can see because it says Veronica speaking. So I just want to make sure that you guys see. So mapping file is inserted here, and where the mapping file is, and then followed by the input table, which is CSV, the output table, which I'm calling it output one test compact, and then the last thing I'm saying the input format, which is CSV, and the output format, which is compact SDMX. So recap, the location of the converter, the path, converter path, then the DSD, the header file for this is needed. We have seen whenever we are converting as an output table, we have an SDMX ML and the input is now SDMXML. Otherwise, it would be reusing it. It's already there. Well, here we're saying header row disregard, but it's the same as there's no one mapping file. We are using a mapping file because we need it. We have seen in the previous exercise, and then input file, output file, input format, and output format. Okay. So now we double click, and we run with the script. And now we have this, which is being created just now, 1138. And we open it. And we see exactly the same as the first exercise. Table ID T5, and then frequency A, observation status A, remember, Czech Republic, reporting country, warm, etc. So, yeah, we have seen the 4 exercises. I'm just going to end this presentation with very, very quickly showing you. I mentioned that we have the Eurostat infospace, SDMX infospace, which caters the needs of the Eurostat community in terms of SDMX implementation. And now we have the SDMX.org, which is the site for the global community. I mentioned very briefly that the SDMX glossary, which is a very important component within this harmonization, the process of harmonizing metadata information, but not metadata as the one that we described, but like concepts. And you can access the latest, the version 2, which it was published last October, so last month. And you have more than 200 concepts and the definition, etc. The ID, the tools, and this would be the last. So you have different the standards and the tools. Oops, seems that I cannot use it. Okay, I don't know. But if you go I can do it here, hopefully, SDMX.org. If I go to tools, so data structure wizard, which is it was developed, it's maintained by Eurostat. DSD constructor, which is not the EuroSDMX registry, yes, but DSD constructor, Flex, CSV, those are other tools that are owned by another sponsor organization. So in Eurostat, you find in Eurostat, you find, of course, and that is the way I want to information, easy for information for Eurostat stakeholders. What are the tools? So the tools that are described are the tools that are owned by us. In here, you have the tools that are owned by the global SDMX community. So that is what I wanted to